Hi guys and everyone in my Project 3 class, and welcome to this special and final video for this term, which is going to focus on Trinity 5. So this is T5, so Trinity 5. And I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the exam, what I'm expecting of you. And for people who are not doing this exam, pay very close attention because your next project is creating a topic, okay? Which you may need to use for your speaking exam for the end of the year, which more details will follow in due course. Now, everyone who has signed up now at the moment there hasn't been a deadline set for Trinity. It was originally the 27th of March, but now this has been extended. So if you haven't registered, do register if you are interested. Now, Trinity 5. Now in Trinity 5, it's similar to Trinity 4, but there are a few differences. Now we have the same exam time. You have a 10-minute examination. Okay, so 10 minutes at grade 5. You have two parts. You have your topic, which is on a subject of something that you're interested in, and a conversation on two subjects chosen by the examiner. So the examiner is the visiting teacher that comes to the school to test you. Okay, so let's get down to business and talk about part one. So the topic has to be something that's personal to you, something that you are interested in, something that you want to talk about. Now, I have no objections for you wanting to talk about something the same or something similar to what you did last year, but you need to be able to apply the grammar. That's why it is important that you write out what you want to say first, along with your points, and prepare some questions. Now, here's an example of what I'm going to show you. Now, I'm going to show you what would be my Trinity topic, and I would do this. So this is my Trinity topic on my favourite pop group, which is Steps. Okay, now Steps are my favourite group. I've listened to their music for over 20 years. They have been together for almost 22 years. So it's a very, very long time. Now, here's an idea of how I want you to think about your topic. I want you to think about questions for your headings. Think about questions, think about ideas that you want to talk about. But also be able to talk about with enough information to tackle. Now, what I mean by tackle, to actually identify the grammar. In grade 5, what you have for your grammar, you have present perfect, because, adverbs of quantity, expressions of preference, and the use of will for predictions. Okay? Now, present perfect you have just done in your exam, which I hope you've done really well in. And if you have any trouble, do let me know. Also, as well, adverbs of quantity is talking about a lot, much, many, so on and so forth. Will for predictions, what do you think will happen in the future? And remember, will and won't, okay? You talk about preferences, you talk about things you prefer. So I prefer ... to ... because, which is a connecting word. So it's connecting what you would say in the sentence. So because is something to explain a reason why. Okay, now I want you to pay attention to the screen a moment, okay? And this is my mind map. So this is my map, okay? As you can see, hopefully you can see with my writing. I know it's very bright in here, okay? So this is Steps, okay? Up here, in this point, I wrote, how long have they been together? And in green here, I've actually focused on the language that I want to focus on this part. So when I'm talking about how long they've been together, well, they have been together for ... present perfect. And if so, the examiner can ask me, why do you like them? I like them because, okay? So you can understand the possibilities there. Now, when you look at this point, over here, sorry. So over here, looking at point 2, their music. So in their music, it's quite a broad thing, okay? What you can talk about more specifically, you say what is good about their music, why is their music so good? You know, there's a lot of things you can say here. So adverbs of quantity, preference, will. Like for example, will you buy any music? Buy them. I have done, which I can actually show you right now, as a special treat. Okay. So, okay. So, you are in for a special treat because I don't usually show people this. Might be a little bit embarrassing to some, but it is very personal to me. I have a cardboard box. These are examples of stuff I have. And let me show you an example. That's from the recent tour, which if you look at the bottom, I've mentioned as well, their music. The Party on the Dance Floor tour, November 2017. It was amazing. In which I'm focusing on various forms of language like present perfect, because, adverbs, and preference, so preferences as well. And for example, it was this tour here, which I have on DVD, and the CD, which I have from the show that I went to in Belfast in 2017. Okay, so these are just examples of what I have. And one more thing, and this is how much I like them. Well, I have a signed copy of their CDs as well. So, putting that down for a moment. Okay, just focusing back on what I'm talking about. So, another thing I could talk about is their first split. Now, this group actually split up and then got back together. So they split up in 2001 on the 26th of December. And they split up because two of the members didn't want to be in the band, didn't want to be in the group anymore. So in 11 years later, they got back together and they had another tour in 2012, which I also saw as well. And then, most importantly, what will they do next? I think they will have another tour, they will have another album, and there's been a lot of talk about new music. So there is an exciting way to talk about your topic. Now, most importantly, you need to ask, normally in grade 4, you had to ask one question. You have to ask the examiner this time, you have to ask the examiner 2 questions. Okay, that is very important. You need to be able to ask the examiner 2 questions. You can ask them any questions at all. Try and relate it to your topic, please. Now, once that ends, you move on to the conversation. So you have 6 subjects. You have festivals. You have means of transport. Special occasions. Special occasions talk like weddings, birthdays, different events. Entertainment, like going to the cinema, concerts, television, clubs, different things like that. Music, another one. And recent personal experiences or recent personal events. So a lot of recent personal events will probably apply to what we're doing, what's going on at the moment with COVID-19. Okay, so in this, the examiner will actually choose 2 of these subjects. Now, after Semana Santa, I am going to focus each week on a video. There'll be a video each week specifically on one subject with some questions. Okay, and with these questions, I want you to practice some answers, and then we can talk about it on Skype. Okay, so that's what, and I'll explain more about that at the end. So, remember, you have 2 subjects that are going to be selected by the examiner, and you need to prepare. You need to be ready to respond. So it's a continuous conversation between you and the examiner. And remember, don't be scared to ask the examiner questions as well. Do not be afraid to ask the examiner questions. Now, the most important part, what you have to do over the Easter holidays. Now, you will have some extra activities just to practice at home, which will be sent to you by email. But what I want you to do is to prepare your topics at home. And that applies to everybody, right? What you have to come up with, what you're going to talk about, your 5 points, and write what you are going to write for each point. This is very, very important because I need to see if you're able to tackle the language or able to apply the language appropriately. Okay? And to help you support it, you can show it to me, like show pictures, different things like that as well. Okay? Also as well, after Easter, depending on what is happening at the moment, I think after Easter we will still be doing online classes on YouTube. I will be offering sessions to also help you lot who are doing Trinity to have Skype sessions of 15 to 20 minutes long. Okay, so that gives you a chance to practice, and then I can talk to you how well you're doing. Okay, so that is it for now. Okay, so any questions, you do email me and ask me how everything's going. Okay, so let me know how you're doing. I'm here to help. I also want to say thank you very much for everybody who has handed in their work so far, and everyone who hasn't, please get it in as soon as possible. I am here to help. I'm here to help you do well. And remember, there is a weekly competition this week, and that have a photo, and what are you going to do? What will you do when this ends? Okay, so that is the brief. What will you do when this ends? Okay, as I say, I'm here to help anytime that you, and if you need to ask questions, do not hesitate to email me, or if you need to talk to me on Skype next week, might not be possible, but after Semana Santa it will be. Okay, have a very good holiday whatever you're doing, and stay safe, be happy, and be healthy. All right, have a good holiday everyone. Bye.